I'm working downtown today, and this is Monday. What day is this? The March 9th, and things are pretty quiet. Streets are really quiet, but overall I think things are somewhat okay. But we'll see how it goes. Seattle's definitely quieter. Streets are quite dead. It's a little eerie, but construction's still going on. The Rainier building. Oh, it's the Rainier building, a former Amazon building. I think it's being subletted. I'm gonna head to the gym for a little bit, workout, but very super eerie because it used to be super busy down here, and the streets. I'm walking by myself. It is incredibly crazy. I got a lot of footage of these streets that used to be just full of traffic, and it's dead. It's like a Christmas Day or a holiday right now. So, all right, I'm gonna head to the gym. Had a nice workout. It is incredibly dead in there. The Washington Athletic Club is. Members are tending to be a little bit older, so having a lower attendance than usual. And I'm walking to my therapy session. Yes, I participate in therapy because mental health is important. The streetcar is dead. That streetcar had one person on it and a driver. Very scary. But now I'm heading to grab a bite for lunch and then go to my little session. I'll be back. Got myself a steak burger, fries. I think it's important to continue to support businesses, especially if you can make it out. The economy is hurting, and it's important to do our best to support those that need our support. So I'm here to support local businesses in the Seattle area, and definitely hashtag small business. The Amazon campus is completely dead because both Microsoft and Amazon are asking their employees to work at home. So this area used to be very bustling, and it's now pretty much completely dead. Right, I'm gonna head down the light rail to go pick up my car. There's probably like $6,000 worth of deferred maintenance that I'm gonna continue to defer because just the future's uncertain, and so it makes sense to just hold off on now. Hopefully drive the car into the ground and figure it out later. All right, we'll see you soon. Chinatown. A lot of racial discrimination happening down here, but it's pretty dead down here too. I'm walking downtown in the International District. Seattle's a desert town, and I think this virus is causing huge economic issues because I think local businesses are feeling it, and it's going to be a delayed effect because it's all these revenues are not going to come in, and it's going to have a trickle-down effect all across the economy. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Definitely feeling it from my business perspective. Got a couple of canceled contracts, but we'll just have to deal with it. Riding ferry to Vashon, and I just dropped off the car. I got the car, and I'm heading by car ferry, the Washington State Ferry. And I'm gonna head home and hang out, spend the night, a couple nights here in Vashon, and it's kind of cool to spend life between two locations. Did a little PowerPoint deck cleanup today. I think I'd like to kind of tap in that market a little bit more because I do quite a bit of it, and it's not that hard and adds a lot of value, and trying to figure out how to do it at scale. But try to put together an offering this week on that. I'm also working on a visual resume using Miro. I got a lot of hits on that hand-drawn one, but now I'd like to do a virtual whiteboard version. So that's the plan. Yeah, beautiful day, so it's nice to sit out in the sun for a little bit. It's 7:37. Driving back to Seattle today. Spent a couple of nights in Seattle and catch up on work and things there. Things are relatively really slow now because of the coronavirus, and so that kind of puts a damper on the business. But I'm going to have to start doing some contingency planning. I do have a couple gigs coming up in April, so that does cover things, but if those fall through, then I'm in trouble. So I gotta get a couple more things in the pipeline to balance everything out. So today and tomorrow, and it's gonna be a networking day, virtually. On the way home, I stopped at a park. I'm just gonna take a break from trying to grind it out. I think sometimes you gotta just pause and find some space to relax and reflect and regroup yourself. This whole virus issue that's happening, especially in the Seattle being kind of the focus of the nation right now, has really put a damper on a lot of business. I think everyone is trying to figure things out. Every conference, every event has been canceled. And when my business is so focused on being in person, it's definitely putting a hamper on things. It caused me to rethink some of my strategies. I think maybe going to a digital first business is the right move. But also, while I'm doing this, I think I've gotten a lot of demands on just facilitating virtual meetings. So people are trying to figure out how to do this virtual thing, how to run Zoom meetings, how to create a video so we can create content and distribute it to people without physically gathering in large groups. That's always been there. So I think it's just maybe leaning a little bit more into this. I'm fairly certain I'm not rushing into it because I think the demand is high. It's always been there. It's always been high. People haven't solved it. But this is now, I guess, the catalyst that's going to cause a lot of companies to really hunker down and figure out how to solve remote work, remote collaboration. So I'm going to double down on Miro as my virtual whiteboard. I've been using Zoom. I love it so much more than Skype or Teams. It's just an easier, fun interface, and so I like that one. I'm going to use that a little bit more. I think since everyone is so much on lockdown because of the virus so far, one of the good, important things to do is get out. And so I'm walking a little bit more. I've been exercising a lot more than I have before, and overall that's good. Working on mental health, and I think just the world is changing. This is a virus/bacterial 9/11 equivalent. So I remember in 9/11, the world was changed, and I resisted how it was going to impact travel and the airports. But it's the reality, it's going to change. And so this is a wake-up call, and as part of adapting is just being able to switch over how you live and work, and it's just a part of life now. So I guess we all now go through airport security and take off our shoes or whatever crazy protocols they have, but that's just life. And I think living in a world where a virus can spread across the world is going to also change how we live and work. So I think some of my delivery mechanisms, some of my product offerings will this definitely evolve because of that. Happy Friday. It's the end of the week. Stock market's crashed. The COVID-19 is now officially a pandemic, so the world is coming to an end. And I'm going to do a Zoom call to catch up with some people. I got my full rig set up here. I got my Fuji camera, microphone hooked up. Let's go to an audio recorder. Very hardcore setting, so I'm pumping out nice 1080 video. I think we're all going to have cabin fever for the foreseeable future. Don't know where the business is going to go, but we'll just have to figure it out. This is probably the downest week of all, but still some positive moments here and there. I think a lot of good contracts that we're going to go through have slowed down, and so I think this is just something I have to weather through. Just from a business perspective, it was a bad time to start business, but I believe in myself. I'm going to double down and go for it. Hey, have a good week. Thanks for joining the vlog. Hopefully we'll have some more positivity next week. Love you all.